So on that note, I would like to welcome Niki Werkheiser from Space Technology Mission Directorate. She is the lead of our initiative and also just all around amazing. This was the.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So happy to be here. Isn't it nice to be in person again? Every one of these meetings, we get a little more, the balance between hybrid and remote gets a little better. And it's so nice to see real like biofeedback in the audience because I hate presenting on Zoom. It's terrible. I don't know about y'all. So as Rachel said, I'm the director of technology maturation in STMD and space tech. Wanted to introduce Jim Ryder over here. For those that don't know him, I think most people know Jim. He's our associate administrator and truly our fearless leader. I want to thank him for taking the time and investment to come into this meeting. I think he's attended almost all of our, are we up to 6, Rachel? It's our 6th, 5th or 6th now. It's hard to believe. Yes, I think he's attended almost all in person. So, and the reason why is this is really important to us. I wanted to talk for a minute about the fact that, so we have the consortium that has always been a key tenet of the Lunar Surface Innovation Initiative from day one. And it wasn't just because, although it's fun, right, to get together and talk about how much we love and want to go back to the moon and do all the cool things we're doing. But it's also mainly to get this community together and talk about the technology development that we need to do, what the priority gaps are. We all know that we have, budgets and schedules and priorities that we have to map these things to, and we've got a pretty lengthy list. And it's all along that TRL spectrum and pipeline. Ties back into our workforce development, just like we talked about, how we prioritize, how we phase, how we budget. So we wanted kind of that to really calibrate, right? And to make sure that we're not in an echo chamber at NASA. That can happen to any agency. Not that it would happen in any government agency, right? But it could happen. Don't want that to happen. So that's why we have the focus group meetings monthly in each of the 6 capability areas. Those are really important. I just want everyone to know that participates in those that, that does not go into a void, right? APL has a larger role in this. They're the system integrator for LSIC. And what that means is they also work with our principal technologists and our system capability leads. If you're in the room, if we have any NASA PTs and SELs or technical integration managers, can you stand up for a minute? I just want folks to know who you are. Kristen John for DUST. We got Extreme Environments, Kevin Somerville over there, Jerry Sanders for ISRU. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? And more online as well. So APL also works with them directly, and they're the point of contact for each of those 6 capability leads to make sure that they're staying in sync kind of with what NASA's priorities are and objectives, what our roadmaps are, our blueprints, what our plans are. And then in the focus group meetings, hearing from you, the external community, so industry, academia, nonprofits, internationals, a real broad range, other government agencies, right? And kind of calibrates to all that, right? Are we making the investments where we need to make investments? Are we investing in low TRO where we need to? Are we doing the types of public and private partnerships and collaborations and STEM challenges? And where can we do more and where can we do better, right? So they roll all of this up into an annual technology gap assessment, and they give us that truly independent assessment. They also, Jim will talk some tomorrow about they do site visits. We know that everyone can't talk everything here. We have a good bit of state of the art going on behind firewalls. That's what we want to also do, is create and enable that commercial lunar ecosystem. And so that's also an opportunity. And then there's the thematic workshops that we have, usually at least 3 a year. They're usually are kind of cross-disciplinary, interdisciplinary, and technical theme that we're all very interested in. And then I also encourage you to join the newsletter monthly. I'll remind our members too that they do monthly spotlights as well to kind of educate the community on who's all out there and what's going on. And it's a really good way to get to know each other as well and reach out to other members. So just wanted to kind of share that and say thank you so much for participating in this. I want to welcome everybody that's here in person as well as everybody that's online. I think I heard we had a little over 600 folks to register, which is phenomenal. Also, I just wanted to thank Steve. I don't know if he's still on for his talk, but I will say that if I had to list one of my highest priority kind of keep me up at night type of things, it's not really any one specific technology development area in terms of the technologies themselves, but the system integration, and then especially the logistics, the maintainability, repairability, us designing for those things, especially when we are looking at doing so much autonomy and robotics. That's really inherent to everything that we're doing. And we've learned a lot from Space Station, but like Steve mentioned, that's a very different environment, and deep space will be even more challenging. So I think that's something we really have to keep talking about as an interdisciplinary group. I also obviously want to thank UTEP. I am so excited to be here. I've been wanting to come out here for years. I think I had a trip planned out here actually right before COVID hit. Before this role, I actually worked in the advanced manufacturing, in-space manufacturing area and loved it. And of course, UTEP is a leader in that area. And I'm just thrilled that they're hosting this and to finally be here in person. So thank you so much. And other than that, I also want to thank APL. I'm happy to say that we're branching further out with each of these fall meetings. I'll remind folks that the spring meetings are usually held at APL, and then the fall meetings we try to hold at a member site. It's usually been a university. It was Bowie State before, so we kind of stuck around the area. Of course, we had COVID before that, around the area, not too far from APL. This is the furthest we've roamed, and we are trying to really reach out across the country. One thing I want to say that I find very exciting about technology development is it's ubiquitous, right? We can do that everywhere. There's not one state, not one city, rural areas, urban areas where we can be doing technology development. And that goes for workforce, that goes for STEM, as well as small businesses and others. So we really are eager to have these type of meetings in other locations around the country. And I'm happy to be here out west in beautiful El Paso. So with that said, I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I just want to really encourage you to attend Jim's keynote tomorrow. He will share some of the same points that was at the Ascend conference for the Envision Future Priorities in Space Tech, which are kind of our, as I mentioned, those key priorities and technology gaps that we have that link back into our blueprints for Artemis, as well as our Science Mission Directorate priorities. So if you can attend that, I wouldn't miss it. And we look forward to the dialogue today and especially questions. All right, thanks everyone. I'll turn over to Rachel.